Hey guys, welcome to the AHA podcast. Thanks for checking us out today. We're just going to talk about who we are and what to expect.
Yeah, we're going to use an old school format, the 5W questions. You remember in school the who, what, where, when, and why. So our first question is who. Who are we? So Haley, who are you?
My name is Haley. I am a youth development professional. I work primarily with middle school students. My favorite color is blue, sometimes yellow, depending on the day. I really love mermaids. They're my favorite mythical creature. And I really like fairies. Andrea, who are you?
My name is Andrea, and my day job is insurance. And this is why we're doing a podcast about fairy tales, because insurance can be boring. No, I do customer service with insurance. So I'm just helping customers. It's my thing, but I do love fairy tales. My favorite color is yes. And my favorite mythical creature is myself. I'm magical and amazing.
Yeah, agreed.
Exactly. So, Haley, what are we going to be doing in this podcast? What is this? What is this podcast? The what?
Our podcast is going to be focusing on fun and good conversation through fairy tales, short stories, parables, and fables, and anything that comes in between that. For example, a story that we're going to be doing at some point is called The Really Ugly Duckling.
I'm so excited.
Not to be confused with The Ugly Duckling.
Just the regular ugly duckling. They're completely different.
Yes, completely different stories. This one is from the book The Stinky Cheese Man and Other Fairly Stupid Tales. And the lesson in it is discovering who you are and embracing it.
That's the lesson that we've decided is about.
Yes, it will go more in depth when we do that episode as well. Andrea, where can our listeners find us?
So we are going to be on multiple platforms, but for right now, listeners, y'all, can listen to us on the Anchor app, or you can go to anchor.fm, and that's just until we can get onto the major podcasting platforms. Or you can always stream us on YouTube as well. And we're having multiple social media platforms, so Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. There's both a page and a group. And for the purposes of social media, you can search us for the AHA podcast. And AHA is just AHA without the dash or the exclamation mark. So the AHA podcast, all one word, when you're searching for us.
Andrea, when can they expect new episodes to be released?
So we're going to be releasing episodes about every other week or so as we're getting into the swing of podcasting. We're also going to be posting our release dates on our social media platforms. So you as listeners can look up and see, oh, they're releasing it here soon. And we'll also be telling you what story we're going to be reading so you can read it ahead of time and join in on the conversation as well and stay up to speed with us. So Haley, this is the big question, the most important of it all. Why are we doing this? What is the point of it?
So our goal is to explore the lessons in these stories. As we grow up and get into adulthood, we really kind of lose touch with fairy tales. We can get into the Disney movies, and I feel like that's probably an introduction back into the realm of real fairy tales. But we really want to explore the lessons in these raw, original fairy tales and short stories. Also, we want to bond with some of our friends over their favorite stories. Mm-hmm. You can really learn a little bit more about people in exploring their favorite fairy tale, short stories, and parables. Mm-hmm. We also want to normalize adults reading children's stories. Again, there's really good lessons in almost all of these fairy tales and stories that we can take with us throughout our lives. And as we're young children, we can forget those lessons that we've learned if we don't focus on those stories. Mm-hmm. So we want to, maybe reintroduce ourselves into some of these stories and the lessons in them and take them through our lives with us.
Yeah. So thank you for listening to us. Stay tuned for our first episode. That should be coming out shortly. We're going to be reading, our first story we're going to be reading is The Boy Who Left Home to Find Out About the Shivers. And that story is from the collection of Grimm's Fairy Tales. So if you want to look that up ahead of time and read it and join us that way, you can.
So thank you guys so much for tuning in today. We really appreciate it. Yeah. Stay tuned for, watch us on all of our social media platforms. We will let you know as soon as that episode is released.
Yeah. So thank you so much, everyone.
Bye.
Bye-bye.